Yung investor, they just come here, di ba? Pag nakuha na nila ang pera, uwi na sa kanila. Iwanan kaming kawawa ang taga Boracay.
I was born and raised here in Boracay, and I am very proud Boracaynon. Boracay is a paradise where one can feel relaxed just by looking at the beautiful white sand beaches and the sunset. If you want to go on a trip with a breathtaking scenery, Boracay is the best place for you. Best part of Boracay is none other than the beach itself.
Sa mahabang panahon, ang isla ng Boracay ang naging mukha ng turismo na inihaharap ng Pilipinas sa buong mundo. Ayon sa Local Tourism Office ng Aklan, noong isang taon lamang ay binisita ang maliit na islang ito ng mahigit 1.5 milyong turista mula sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Pero sa ngayon, ito pa rin ba ang Boracay na bumighani sa milyon-milyong turista magmula pa noon? Kung hindi, mahahanap pa kaya natin ang Boracay na yon?
White Beach. Yung pinupunta ng tao. Well, besides the hot chicks. But ito talaga yan, man. I mean, of course, medyo konting dumami na, no? Dahil sa nangyaring influx ng tourists over the years, but still beautiful. Well, it is October now. Hindi ganun kaganda yung weather today, but okay pa din.
Para sa ilan, ang mga alaala ng kanilang Boracay escapade ay masyadong mabilis sa gabi. At mabagal na tila isang panaginip sa umaga.
Cheers, it's nice to be back. I have so many fond memories of real coffee.
Do you?
But I always remember that I eat breakfast here with a hangover.
Okay.
That's why.
And you remember that?
I remember that. What am I drinking?
What you're drinking is perfect for a hangover. This is a pineapple watermelon juice. So it's just pineapple and watermelon. How is the food? Is it okay? Is
It's
it
good.
enough?
It's sweet enough. Should have drank last night.
Ang karamihan ng mga biyahero sa Boracay, sandaling mananatili at pagkatapos, aalis din. Pero may ilang mas piniling dito na mamuhay at maghanap buhay.
So my mom's been here since the 1980s, and the first time she came to Boracay was in 1989. And she came up here with a friend of hers, and at that time it was totally word of mouth, and it was really difficult to get here. You were lucky if there was a boat in Caticlan to take you over, a fisherman, and then you would get here and there would be like just white sand, just beautiful, majestic coconut trees.
Right. She just realized that, you know what, I want to put up a coffee shop here. Or I want to live here first and then put up a coffee shop.
No, I feel that my mom came up with this idea because she wanted to assist me to change my life. And so I was a little bit of a wayward child, so she thought she would deposit me onto a deserted island in the middle of the Sulu Sea. Did it work? It sure did. Look at me now.
My husband started it in 1987. He got here as a backpacker. He fell in love with the place.
Everyone did, no?
Yes.
Lalo na
because,
80s?
Yes. Way back then, walang power, it's like total paradise,
That's
right?
the charm.
Yeah. Oh. So he fell in love and decided to start a business, Coco Mangas, and it's still standing after 29 years.
Right. Coco Mangas kasi parang very iconic yan eh, sa mga Boracay goers.
Yeah.
Kahit back in the 90s eh, di ba?
True.
Pag sinabi mong Coco Mangas, top of mind, pumapasok yung 15 shots.
Yes.
nabasag ako.
Yan talaga.
Coco-Mangas. Sumuka ako sa Coco-Mangas. May nakilala ako sa Coco-Mangas. Meron akong ka-billiard sa Coco-Mangas. And so on and so
Yes,
forth.
yes.
So many memories, no?
Bago pa man dumating ang mga turista sa Boracay, isa na itong Paradise Island na tanging mga local lamang ang may alam. Si Aling Mila Yap ay mula sa pamilya na sinasabing kauna-unahang nanirahan sa Boracay.
Lolo namin is not from Boracay. They came from a town in somewhere in Ibahay,
Okay.
Aklan. And they came to Boracay. Pito raw yan sila, di ba? Yung matatanda. Nag-adventure sila. So yung isang kapatid, doon ka, sa manok-manok. Diyan ka, magtil ka ng lupa. Virgin walang tao
Ano po yung itsura ng isla ng Boracay noon?
Ay nako, very virgin.
Very virgin.
Oo, pag morning, makita mo sa beach, andyan na yung mangingisda. Binibigay lang sa amin yung isda. Makita mo yung ganda-ganda ng beach, white na white.
Pag i-compare mo
Walang
ngayon,
tao.
ma'am, yung white beach sa white beach ngayon.
Mas white noon. mas tahimik noon.
Siguradong mas tahimik.
Walang disco, wala pa noon eh. Oo, walang ilaw. Lampara lang na maliit na with the gas, di ba? Makita mo, puro niyog yan ang along the beach.
Noon, alam na raw nila na ang Boracay ay isang kayamanan. At para sa kanila, isang sikretong paraiso na sila lamang ang may alam.
Ang tawag pa nga dati nung pag may sumusulat sa mga sa mga amin, may sumusulat, halimbawa, Mila Yap, Treasure Island, Malay Aklan. Darating na sa amin ang mga sulat. Paradise na, tawag na nila, Treasure Island.
Treasure Island dito. So bago Boracay, Treasure
Boracay.
Island?
Hindi, Boracay talaga siya.
Boracay.
Pero pag kahit Treasure Island ang address mo, darating dito sa Boracay.
May treasure po ba dito?
Ayan,
Dito mo ba yung Yamashita?
mga shells yan.
Yung shells.
Oh, yan. This is the first rest house na may toilet and bath, tsaka mayroong kutson. Dati walang kutson eh. Kasi ang uncle ko was working in Manila. Pag magbakasyon, nagpagawa siya ng rest house. Kasi ang papa ko, Yap, di ba? So ginawa niyang Yap's Rest House.
Value ng lupa noon?
50 pesos, 20 pesos.
Per square meter? Ngayon?
Ngayon, 50,000 ang beachfront, 100,000. Yung Fridays, yun. Beachfront.
50 to
Dati, it
100,000
started in
per
50 pesos, 150. It was in the 1969, 70s. O maniwala kayong Elizalde's residence, that's 1 hectare. It's only 15,000 pesos in 1976.
Pero hindi lahat ng sikreto ay nananatiling nakatago. Ika nga walang lihim na hindi nabubunyag. Ano? Sama ka sa biyahe ko? Boracay. Noon, isang natatagong paraiso. Pero mahigit 40 taon nang makalipas, nagsimula ang unti-unti nitong pagbabago.
May isang traveler, si Jens Peters, he's a German.
Okay.
Nagstay pala dito. Father ko ang nagmamanage eh. Nasa Manila kami.
So parang ano na rin to? Kumbaga naging resort, hindi
Oo,
lang...
parang bahay na bakasyonan.
Parang homestay pa yan.
Oo,
parang
homestay.
ganyan.
Elizalde is 1976. Ito, 77. Pag may mga big time kaming bisita yung uncle ko, dito kami pinatitira. Ay naghanap ng tirahan yung German, dito tinuro. Ngayon, pag-uwi niya, nag-travel siya from Mindoro to Boracay. Yung Batel, hindi namin sukatan, pinicture niya ito sa German book.
Ito yun. Ito yung picture niya.
Oo, Pilipinin. Nakalagay doon sa picture niya, this is in Boracay, Yap's Rest House in Boracay. Only 5 pesos ang room noon. Per night. If you want to go lazing, go to Boracay.
Lazing, parang
Lazing.
lounge around.
If
Parang
you want
ganyan.
to go lazing, go to Boracay.
Okay.
And the sand is like powder. So every foreigner, every guest, may bit-bit na libro.
Ito yun.
Ito, hinahanap yung bahay. Eh, mga dumating after 10 years, dumating, where's this house?
Medyo lumaki yung Boracay dahil ba malaking tulong yung mga foreigners?
Oo. At saka backpackers ang una dito.
Ito yung mga tipong, nakita ko lang to sa libro wala talaga may alam nito. Minsan hinahanap talaga ng
Tapos
mga tao.
how did you know Boracay? Through word of mouth lang. May dumating dito, nakayate. They came from Thailand. Mayroon na nung mga cottage, mayroon na mga Tirol mga
Meron
cottage
na,
noon.
1980s meron
Oo.
kahit pa paano.
So mga 1982, nag-mushroom na nga yung cottage. So doon na sila. Doon tumira yung mag-asawa. They came to Manila to go to the Department of Tourism. And where is Boracay?
From 1970, wala pa hong ilaw dyan. Hindi pa ho na-classified ang isla ng Boracay. Meaning, timberland pa lang siya lahat. From 1970, nadagdagan po ang forest covered ng isla ng Boracay, but nadagdagan din po ang mga structure, meaning development. In 1990s, doon po nag-grow ang development, structure, tourism industry within the islands of Boracay. Dumami rin po ang mga tao na pumupunta dyan para mag-speculate for business.
And I started my restauranter. Ako ang nag-umbinto ng buffet. Tapos di pa nga namin alam yung mga pancake noon. Can you cook me pancake? Ano yung pancake?
Westernized yun eh.
Saging lang pala nilagyan ng arena. Pancake sa kanila. Tinuruan kami, then kami nag-start how to make omelette.
We used to hail everyone off the beach. Hey, where are you going? Where you come over here? Come over here. Come and have coffee with me. I remember the first vulcanizing shop. Oh my golly, look at that. This is how an organism starts. In the early 90s, there were very few vehicles on the island. You walked everywhere. You walked.
Right.
Or boat. Walking, boat, there was maybe 1 or 2 motorcycles. That was it. Okay, everything was by boat. Right. Even from Diniwid to Boat Station 1, and by boat or by walking. There was footpaths all over through the jungle and the trees, on the sand. Everyone walked. And then when the first vulcanizing shop came, I realized, wow, this is starting to grow and change.
I've seen it started here. Noong una, you walk this road, if there's only 1 bar or 2 bars, it's Basura Bar.
Basura. Parating
yeah, ang dilim dito. You need a flashlight and it's medyo, ano pa yun, but I've seen everything.
Padami na. Nag-umpisa 1986, mayroon ng kalsada, di ba? Ginawa na yung kalsada. May ilaw na.
Main road.
The first time we have the light, di ba? Mga 95. In 1986, nag-umpisa na yung mga semento. Nung huli na, development na talaga eh. Hindi mo na mapigil.
So talagang sumakay na rin kayo
Sumakay na rin, no? Kasi, at saka ang mga guests na at that time, mga first class na rin eh. So naghahanap na ng pang-shave. Narinig mo siguro yung Beachcomber na bar, the first bar.
Oo naman,
si
Beachcomber.
Oo, di ba? Una yun, kami yan. Ang una, tapos ang ilaw namin, battery ng truck.
Okay, yun yung electricity niya, ma'am.
Kasi may bar siya, di ba? So, nagaya rin kami. Then later on, liit-liit na ng generator.
Yeah, palaki. Tapos nun, palaki na.
Lumaki na, ilaw na.
Sa pagdagsaan ng mga turista, biyahero at bakasyonista, natural din ang pag-usbong ng kapatid nitong industriya, ang paggawa at pagbebenta ng souvenirs o pasalubong. Yung shop niyo parang ever since before na pupunta, bumibisita ako sa Boracay, nandyan na. Diba? When did you start?
Yeah, I started, the Happy Planet started 2000.
But before, it wasn't Happy Planet.
It was not Happy, it was Lonely Planet.
Lonely Planet, yeah.
Yeah, I had some issue with Lonely Planet.
Right,
so,
of course.
I changed it to Happy Planet. So yun yung story doon. I make the shirts in Manila. I do my own design. And I market to the tourists here in Boracay.
So ilang years na dito sa Boracay yung Happy Planet?
Happy Planet since 2000, so it's about 16 years. But I've been here since 1990. I've been here for 26 years.
Dumami rin ang iba pang establishment na nag-aalok ng iba pang mga bagay na pwedeng gawin para sa mga taong ayaw na munang tumambay sa beach. Sa paglipas ng panahon, dumami ang pwedeng gawin sa isla. So how long have you been living here in Boracay?
I've lived here in Boracay for 8 months.
8 months?
Yeah.
You feel like a local? I mean, you talk Filipino English.
Yeah, well, I'm gaining a lot of friends here. Anywhere I walk on the beach, you know, everybody's saying, Captain, Captain. You know,
Right,
so
right.
I really enjoy it here. The people here are really good. The guides are nice, you know. So we get to like one-on-one, so.
Tagay.
Yeah.
Change is good.
Change is good.
Yeah. We still have the 15 shots. We still have the pizza. So
Where are the billiard tables?
no more. No more. For years, we got rid of it because we started the disco in 2005 because every Holy Week there were many people and then they ended up dancing on the billiard table.
Ayun na. Nasira
Kaya
na.
wala na. Sabi, we take it off and then we put a platform, a simple platform, and then now it's like, until now it's working. Yun yung history ng why did it become a disco.
Marahil kasabay ng pag-usbong ng party places sa gabi, ang pagsulpot din ng mga mura, madaling bitbitin at masarap na sandwiches. Isa sa originals ang Boracay Chori Burgers o longganisang ipinalaman sa tinapay. Sabi nga nila, you've never been to Boracay until you've tasted its Chori Burger. And of course, its famous fruit shakes. Unti-unti itong naging ultimate vacation island. Saka mo maiisip na ayaw mo na talaga umalis sa isla. Ayaw mo nang matapos ang bakasyon.
I believe that no one anticipated it. No one thought, you know, this
small
little,
island.
Yeah, no one. It just went
Kaboom! I mean, it's still a beautiful island.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, the white beach is still pristine.
We work really hard at maintaining the beaches and cleanliness and trying to raise the awareness.
Sa pagdagsa ng mga turista, dumami rin ang mga hotel, tindahan at lugar na nag-aalok ng iba't ibang serbisyo. Kaya hindi nagtagal, mas dumami pa ang turista. And the cycle goes on. I mean, as a local, do you still go around?
The other day, my mom and I were going to have lunch with someone at Di Talipapa.
Okay.
And we were walking and walking and walking, and pretty soon I'm thinking, we've passed. Where are we?
Okay. You were lost.
We were lost on the white beach. I was like, I think we've passed it. We had to ask 2 or 3 people, how do we get to Di Talipapa?
Oh no, considering you've been here for 20 years.
Yeah. So it's always changing. I walk out, I'm like, where's that resort? I've never heard of that. Wow, look at this. Yeah, so sure.
Okay.
I try to go out I love walking.
In terms of food, did the menu change for the past 20 years?
Not that much. We've grown it a little bit, yeah. Which I'm going to show you today. You're going to try some of the newer things on the menu.
You have muffins.
We do. We have the very famous calamansi
There you go, the
muffin.
calamansi muffins. It's still the same.
Yes, it is. It's all made by hand. Every calamansi squeezed, you know, back in the day. We used what ingredients we had, and fortunately there's only 5 ingredients in here, so it wasn't that hard.
It's pretty heavy, you know?
It's dense.
Super dense. It's super moist.
It's has a hint of calamansi,
Not too much.
not too much, and not so much sugar.
I don't like sour food.
No.
Not too much. Not too much. This is just bread. This is your
That's a Marty's omelet.
Marty's omelet.
It's chicken and eggs and onions and tomatoes and cheese.
pesto.
And pesto.
I remember you serving me the tuna pesto cheese omelet, which until this day I still cook at home.
Nice.
I mean, I got the recipe from you guys.
Yeah.
It's a simple recipe, but it's so easy to cook, but it's a staple.
Is the Elvis.
So they use this is French toast.
Yeah, it's French toast with. I often joke because many times people can't finish it. There's banana.
Because this is heavy.
Yeah.
This is heavy.
Yeah, just a taste. Just have a taste. That's like
This is
major.
like 1,500 calories.
Now you're not gonna walk, you're gonna run. Well, the story goes that was Elvis's breakfast.
That's why you named it Elvis?
Yeah.
So, peanut butter, banana, French toast, and syrup. It's more like it.
Our menu is really simple. We just use a few ingredients over and over and over again.
Over and over again.
Sa pagdami ng mga atraksyon sa Boracay, may kanya-kanyang paraan ng mga establishment para maiba sa karamihan. Ang iba, dinadaan sa motif, design o ambiance. Pero syempre, bida pa rin ang pagkain.
Parang nag-time travel ako. Ganda ng pagkaayos ng ambiance.
Ito talaga ang gusto namin ihandog sa mga bisita dito sa Boracay, no? Mga Koreans, Chinese, Europeans, and Americans that comes to the Boracay Island. Gusto namin, paglabas nila sa bisita at paglabas nila, masabi lang, I really tasted a Filipino cuisine and enjoyed the ambience, tsaka yung kulturang Pinoy talaga.
It's high ceiling. You have like parang medyo matagal ng mga lumang gamit na ginagamit nyo, like singer tables. Di ba? Yung sewing machine tables yan eh. Tapos yung lampshade or yung chandelier nyo, parang galing. I really like how you've done with the place.
Yeah, talagang dito kunilekta yan sa buong Pilipinas, buong Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. This is one of our signature dishes, laing. Sa ilalim may laing. Sa loob niyan ng fishball na ginawa ko.
So fishball ito?
Ibang klaseng fishball to. Ito naman yung ball kasi fillet of a lapu-lapu.
Okay.
And fan it over and place a laing inside. Tingnan mo. Pakita nyo na may laing sa loob din yan. Wow!
Ngayon ako nakakita ng fishball na totoong fish at may laing sa loob. Kakaiba.
Yung kare-kare namin dito, I use osobuco. Nilalagay namin na to ng extra sauce para sa mga kung gusto mo mga sauce. Yan. Daming iba-ibang klaseng gulay. Lahat ng gulay namin dito, kinokolekta lang namin dito sa Malay Aklan. Yung mga luto ko nito, mga traditional lutuin Pinoy na natutunan ko sa lola ko rin.
Tiga saan ka ba, chef?
Taga Bulacan.
Bulacan.
Yan. Pero matagal na rin ako sa isla, mga 10 years na rin.
10 years na rin?
Oh,
wow.
In and out.
Wow. Hindi mo kailangan ng bagoong sa kare-kare na to.
Okay.
Presentation is awesome. Yung taste mismo ng sauce ng kare-kare, panalo. Malapit na sa kare-kare ng mother-in-law ko. Malapit na.
Ito yung paro-paro.
Paro-paro?
Ito yung signature chicken dish namin dito sa Subo. Binutterfly namin yung chicken.
Okay.
Tapos,
at sobrang maraming butter.
butter to.
Pinsan nga ng inasal.
Yan yung paro-paro. Yan, nicely roasted, marinated 24 hours. Wow. So para pasok na pasok yung lasa ng mga spices na binibigay namin.
Ito yung kailangan mong kainin yung balat. Kasi andun talaga yung lasa nun. Tapos nun talagang yung atsara talaga nagbibigay ng magandang balance eh.
Oo, yung sweet and sour flavor dyan.
Oo sweet and savory, di ba? Panalo.
Sarap yan. Kahit isang buong patok, kaya ka ubusin yan.
Galing.
Ang pinaka-fresh and to represent a salad here in Subo, Boracay. Sa gitna, kay fresh buko. Ito, puso. Sitaw, kamatis, sibuyas, pepino, basil, coriander, chili, at spring onions. Tapos may bawang na pinirito.
Okay.
Tsaka mani. Bubusan ko siya ng kalamansi. Tsaka extra virgin coconut oil.
Para meron tayong konting acid.
Acid, tsaka bango. Ito no, ginagawa ng mga waitress namin dito sa restaurant ay hinahalo ito sa harap nila para may may personal touch at show sa dining table namin.
Naghalo-halo dahil lahat fresh kaya crunchy. Tapos nun, alam mo yung texture ng buko strips eh. At syempre dahil sa salad dressing mo na may konting acid, pero sa dulo may konting sipa dahil... Ba't may sipa?
May sili.
May sili ba yan?
Yung pula.
Yung pula.
Julienne na sili.
Ah, Julienne cut. Okay siya.
At kung hindi ka pa kontento sa sarap ng pagkain at ganda ng ambience, aba, may cultural performance pa. Ang ibang establishments, dinadaan ang pag-akit sa mga bisita sa presyo at sa dami ng selection ng pagkain.
It's 7:15 in the evening dito sa Boracay. Beachfront. Nandito tayo ngayon sa Sea Breeze. Maraming tao. Maraming tao dahil sa buffet. Pinupuntahan talaga ito ng mga tao. Locals. And I see a lot of Asians. Koreans, Japanese. I guess nalulure sila dito because of the price. I think you just have to pay around 800 pesos for the buffet. At you have like a wide selection. Okay, different types of cuisine, international. But I think yung iniisip ng tao na sobrang worth it, usually naman kasi pag buffet at gabing buffet, yun yung kanilang pinagyayabang. Yun yung mas mahal, yun yung maglalabas sila ng premium meats. In this case, they offer steak. So for 800 bucks, just eat all you can steak, plus, in like what I said, different types of cuisine. Japanese, Chinese, probably Korean, you've got your Filipino favorites, you have your Western, and hindi pa nga ako nag-umpisa tumingin. Hindi pa ako nag-umpisa tumingin sa kanilang dessert table. But yeah, yun nga lang. You gotta weigh things out. Do you like this atmosphere? You know? Do you want to be full at night? Depende yan sa'yo. I guess, ang sinasabi lang nila dito sa Boracay, sa sobrang dami ng establishments, sa sobrang dami ng restaurants, ang dami mong choices. Ang dami mong choices. Different budgets, different types of cuisine, you name it, they have it. Kain tayo.
At syempre, may performance din. Level up naman ang ibang kainan dahil hindi lang pagkain ang offering. May hotel and restaurant and spa rin.
Good morning. Good morning, mga biyero. Welcome to the 4th floor. Ang topmost floor ng the district dito sa Boracay. And I think they have a total number of around 40-something rooms. This room specifically is a loft, which means dito sa ground floor, or dito sa 1st floor, andyan yung aking trono. Lababo, shower room. Tingin dito. Tingin dyan. Ayan, yan. You got your ref, you have your safety deposit box, and this is my bed. Na actually, ito yung sofa. Na pwede naman maging bed din if you wanna include another, another guest, another friend, or another family member. Or you can just lounge around, watch TV. Anyway, katulad sinabi sa inyo, it's a loft. My 1st floor at my 2nd floor. At yung 2nd floor ay yung sleeping quarters. So kung magdadala kayo ng lola nyo or kaibigan, mahal sa buhay na mahihirapan, umakyat, baka mas maganda kumuha ng standard room. Anyway, ito ang aking kama. Slept really well. Really nice. You have your TV as well here. I fell in love with Boracay. Kahit na umuulan, syempre umaaraw, hindi mawawala yung samut-saring pagkain. No? Nandito tayo ngayon sa The District. At gustong-gustong sabihin talaga, let the Hunger Games begin! Yan lang yung nakakuha nun. But anyway, dude, dito tayo sa top floor. Ganda, meron tayong view, beachfront. Aliwalas. Lasang-lasa ko na yung ulan. Pero feeling ko mas ma-highlight yung lasa ng masarap na pagkain dito sa harapan ko. Weird, no? Na parang leading up to your Boracay trip, talagang dapat ganda ng kinakain mo, tapos nagpapaganda ka ng katawan. Pero pagdating mo sa Boracay, inom, kain, lahat. Kalurky. Such is life.
Meron din namang establishments that stick with the basics that have endeared them to loyal customers. Masarap na pagkain at maayos na atmosphere. O kaya naman ay mura, malinis at maayos na matutulugan. Dahil sa huli, hindi mga gimmick o promo ang nagpapabalik sa mga turista, kundi ang old reliables, mga simple at nakasanayan, at sigurado maaasahan.
Were you guys shocked? Did you like it? I mean, of course, the influx of tourists are going to be here. That's good business, but...
You know, there's pros and cons to all growth scenarios. The pros of what the change has brought to Boracay obviously has risen the standards of a lot of people living here. It's opened their minds. A lot of people that are from Boracay now travel. This opened a lot of doors for a lot of people. Education, television, electricity. There's still places in the Philippines where you don't find these things, you know? So as far as that's concerned, there was a lot of positive changes. The only thing is our infrastructure hasn't caught up because people didn't expect the island to grow as quickly as it did.
Right.
You know, so they're still trying to balance.
The change in Boracay, it's a big change. But different phase. Like my husband said that in 1992, when the power came here to the island, that's a big change.
1992.
Yeah, 1992. In early 2000, there was change already, and then the last 10 years, it was just so fast. Like
construction,
yes.
resort after resort after
True.
resort.
And like these days, every day, when I came from Subic and then I got here and it's like, oh, there's a new place. Parang every day merong bago.
Yeah.
So
how do you
that's
feel about that?
Mixed feelings. If it's too much progress in an island, it's also not good, right?
Okay.
Like you get a lot of there will be lots of issues too that goes with it. Like overcrowded traffic. Sometimes people say it's like EDSA in Manila.
Oh, yun nga yung napilin ko kanina eh.
I know, right? It's like we are on the island, but you know what's good on the island? You can just walk on the beach. If you don't want the traffic, go to the beach and walk.
Parang sa mata niyo po, ang laki ng pagbabago.
Sobra.
No?
Ang pagbabago. Nawala. Ay, nung kami, bawal daw ang 3 floors, di ba? 3rd floor. Only first, up to 3 floors, not higher than the coconut tree. Yun ang
Batas.
Yung ibang na-maintain yan. Ibang mayors, na-maintain. Yung not higher than the coconut tree. Ba, itong iba na, bago, ba't may bigla ng 5th floor? Di ba? Dati wala yan. Bawal yan. We are trying hard to help our mayor now. So we just help him. Huwag naman yung puro na lang critic sa di ba? We should help. Yung mga nagka-critic ngayon, tumulong na lang. Kasi sinisira din nila ang sarili nilang Boracay.
Marami man ang pagbabago sa loob at paligid ng isla ng Boracay, isang bagay ang nananatili at siguradong maasahan. Ang pino at malapulbos na buhangin sa dalampasigan nito. Halos 4 na kilometro ang kabuuan ng White Sand Beach na to. Mula Station 1, Station 2, hanggang Station 3. Talaga namang masarap lakaran ng buhangin sa parting ito ng isla. At kung tinatamad ka naman maglakad, mainam din naman mag-people watching na lamang. Sinipag-sipag ka, ha? Aba, ayos na ayos din mag-Biyahero Run!
Alam ko, maraming tao minamaximize yung kanilang experience sa Boracay sa gabi. Pero ako talaga, the best time to experience Boracay is in the morning. Why? Well, 1, you can run. 2, wala masyadong tao. And you can definitely see the beauty of Boracay, which is the White Beach. Look at that.
Drew!
Yo!
Good morning!
Good morning!
Pwede ba pakisabay?
Fight, bro! Ako lang mag-isa tumakbo eh. Tara!
Alright, tara, let's go!
Okay. Good job, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Salamat, ha?
Sarap, no? Pag tumakbo, pag umaga. Sa umaga kasi kitang-kita mo yung puti ng buhangin, tapos yung dagat, masarap yung hangin.
Oo.
Sobrang ganda ng makikita mo pag umaga dito sa Boracay.
Teka, ilang taon ka na ba nakatira dito?
I was born and raised dito sa Boracay, no? So, wala pang ilaw.
Maganda nga yung ganun eh.
Yes,
diba?
talagang ano pa siya, wala pang taong nakakapunta, konti lang ang turista. Mas maraming locals dati.
Mas maraming locals dati.
Siyempre, ganun talaga nagsimula ang Boracay.
Right, right. At ano, tumatakbo ka rin dito sa White Sand, sa White Beach?
Every day, pagising ko, pupunta na kami ng buhangin, ng dagat. Yun na yung playground namin.
Oh, ano, konting sipa pa.
Okay, konti pa.
Tara, let's go.
Yaka-yaka. Maganda ang hangin eh. Sarap.
Alright, brother. Maraming salamat. Thank you for the run, bro.
Thank you so much.
Ingat.
Yeah, bro. Drew, pwede ba tayo mag-selfie?
Of course, bro.
Right.
Yung agali ng tao, is has na change. Mga taga Boracay, makita mo yung tunay na Boracay noon. We very friendly kami. If we did not take care of the tourists before, wala ang bumalik sa amin. Yun ang nagbuhay sa amin.
I think the beach is still the best part of Boracay. If there's no beach, there will be no Boracay.
Wala. Wala talaga. It's that type of place that you can go to the beach and just do nothing. Just do nothing. Stare at the beach and
Watch
just
the sunset.
watch the sun. Do nothing.
And it's free.
It's free.
Yeah. My husband and I, we work all day, and then when we get so fed up with everything, we just go to the beach, and then he will say, "Oh, I'm in the best part of the world."
Talagang dapat pangalagaan talaga natin yung Boracay na yan dahil siya po yung pinupuntahan ng foreign tourists. No? So hindi ho kami papayag sa DNR, ang local government at ang province na masisira ang isla ng Boracay. So lahat na pamamaraan, lahat na programa sa preservation ay pina-implement po ng DNR at ng local government at ng province of Aklan.
It's just happening right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, it's
pretty much.
unstoppable. It's hard, but maybe a little bit, you can do a little bit on your own, but not that much.
What do you do on your own?
Like segregate the garbage, or like, you know, just tell the staff what to do, and not so much, actually. Yeah.
The future of Boracay is big. I've seen it when it started, and I've seen it grown 26 years.
Right.
Parang may negative connotation na ngayon. Parang Boracay medyo it's overpopulated.
But I've been everywhere. I've opened shops in Palawan, in so many tourists, and I keep coming back and saying, I've closed all those shops and keep coming back here. And I figured out the next Boracay, sabi nga nila, where is the next Boracay? Somebody went to Palawan. The next Boracay is beside Boracay. We have the mainland. Mainland is so big.
Mainland is Caticlan.
Caticlan, it's so big and it's so beautiful. And Boracay, from here, you can go to Carabao. Carabao Island. Boracay can be your center, and you can go either to the mainland or go to the next island. But still, Boracay will be your base. So comfortable, the facilities here, may kuryente, you know. At night, the nightlife is so good, you know. So the future is going to be bigger.
As long as the beach is there, even right now, it's still very nice. The water is nice also. As long as it's there, I think Boracay is a bright future. It's gonna be worth a try to visit it.
We're trying hard to make Boracay the same as it was before. So at least na i-maintain namin na ang Boracay, yung mga ugali namin, yung mga infrastructure, ayusin na para ang future ng mga apo namin, mga anak ng apo namin, makikita pa rin nila ang kagandahan ng Boracay. Na ang aming gusto ay hindi talaga ma-spoil. Yung investor, they just come here, di ba? Punta yan dito. Pag nakuha na nila ang pera, uwi na sa kanila, iwanan kaming kawawa ang taga Boracay. Dapat magkaisa. Ang gobyerno, ang residente, at saka resort owners. Dapat magkaisa at ayusin. Walang critic nga, sabi ko sa'yo. Wag na, upo na lang tayo. Ano ba ang kailangan? Itong suggestion ko, ito for the good of Boracay, isuggest ko ganito. Itong gawin natin, magkaisa tayo. Kasi kung di kami magkaisa, magkawatak-watak, masira rin ang Boracay, di ba? So we have to maintain harmony. Magkaisa kami. Yan ang importante dito. Tulungan. Tulungan talaga.